Why are you silent, long-haired Greek warriors? Why Zeus has shown us a marvelous divine sign, slow to come and slow to be fulfilled, the fame of which will never die. Just as this snake devoured the sparrow and her children, 8 of them their mother making 9, so will we fight this war at Troy for 9 years. In the 10th we take the city with its spacious streets. He prophesied, and now it all comes true. So you must all stay here, well-armored Greeks, until we sack the mighty town of Priam." At this, the Greeks cheered loudly, and around them the ships resounded back a dreadful echo. They praised the speech of great Odysseus. Grynean Nestor, horse-lord, spoke to them. "This is appalling. You behave in council like little children with no thought or care about the work of warfare. What will happen to all our oaths and pacts? Our plans, our counsels, right hand shakes given as a mark of trust and pure libations, all of them can burn. We bicker endlessly with all these speeches, wasting our time and finding no solution. You, son of Atreus, hold firm your purpose and lead the Greeks through every violent conflict, and death to any man or pair of men who form a separate plan which will not work to go back home to Greece before we learn if Aegis-bearing Zeus will keep his word. I say that the almighty son of Cronos, nodding his blessing on the day we Greeks set sail in our swift ships to carry ruin to all the Trojans, he sent bolts of lightning on our right hand, an omen of success. So no man ought to hurry back home before he shares a Trojan woman's bed to pay for Helen's sufferings and struggles. But if some man is desperate to go home, then let him touch his black ship's rowing benches, and he can meet his fated end and die right here in front of everyone. Now then, my lord, make your own plans, but hear me also. I tell you something not to be ignored. Pick men by tribe and kinship, Agamemnon, so tribe helps tribe and kinsmen help their kinsmen. If you do this, and all the Greeks obey, you will soon see which leaders and which men are cowardly and which are brave and strong, because they will be fighting in their groups. So if you do not manage to take Troy, then you will know if it was heaven's will or human cowardice and ignorance of war." The mighty Agamemnon answered, You beat all other Greeks at council speeches. If I only had 10 men just like you to strategize with me, then certainly, by Father Zeus, Athena, and Apollo, the city of Lord Priam soon would crumble, captured and ruined by these hands of ours. But Zeus, the Aegis-bearing son of Cronos, has given pain and suffering to me, embroiling me in quarreling and conflicts impossible for anyone to manage. Achilles and myself exchanged harsh words. We fought about a woman. I began it. I lost my temper and I acted harshly. But if one day we strategize together, the Trojans will have no relief from pain, not even for a moment. All of you, go eat your dinner and prepare for Ares. Sharpen your spears and lift your shields and feed the swift-footed horses. Check the chariots carefully. Mine's on war so we can meet the test of cruel Ares all day long. There will be no break, even for a moment, until night comes and parts the eager fighters. The strap that holds your shield against your chest will sweat around your body and your hand will weary as it grasps your sword. Your horse will sweat and strain to pull the gleaming carriage, but anyone I catch in the attempt to stay back here beside the curving ships and shirk from battle will not have a chance to save himself from hungry dogs and birds." At this the warriors shouted as the sea, roused up by Nautus, crashed on the rocks beneath a cliff when the gusts from all directions drive never-ending waves against the shore. The men jumped up, dispersed, and dashed away towards their ships. Smoke rose amid the huts as they made dinner. Each man sacrificed to one of the immortal gods and prayed who would survive the struggle set by Ares. When Agamemnon, lord of men, had offered a fat bull 5 years old to mighty Zeus, he summoned all the finest of the Greeks. First Nestor and Lord Idomeneus, and then the 2 Ajaxes and Diomedes, and 6th Odysseus, whose wily cunning could rival that of Zeus. And Menelaus, the master of the war cry, came to join his brother without needing to be called. He knew that Agamemnon had been doing These leaders formed a circle round the bull and took some barley grains, and Agamemnon spoke in their midst. Almighty Zeus, great god of dark clouds, god in heaven before sunset, before the shadows come, may I hurl down the hall of Priam, blacken it with smoke, and set his gates ablaze with deadly fire. And let my spear slice Hector's shirt to shreds, and may his multitude of friends and comrades fall to the dust, their teeth sunk deep in the earth. But Zeus, the son of Cronos, did not yet fulfill his prayer. He took the offering, but magnified their pain. When they had prayed and sprinkled barley, they pulled back the head and slit the throat and skinned the animal, cut off the thighs and covered them with fat, a double layer, with raw meat on top, and burned them on the leafless twigs. They put the innards onto spits and held them over the fire. Hephaestus, once the thighs were burned, they ate the innards, chopped the rest, and put the meat on spits and roasted it with care, then pulled it off. And once their work was done, the cookery complete, they ate the feast, and no one lacked an equal share. But after their hunger and their thirst had been appeased, Granarian Nestor, horse lord, spoke up first.